Hello, and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. This is the story about the killer inside, the documentary on Aaron Hernandez, the famous tight end known for killing his best friend at the time, Olin Lloyd, back when he played for the New England Patriots professional football team. This story was just as big as the O.J. Simpson story and trial. I couldn't believe it when all the news was coming out. This story has so many tie-ins, it was incredible to watch it unfold. The young man had a troubled childhood. It was him and his brother. He had a father who was a college football player, big in the town of Bristol, Connecticut, and his father was larger than life. His father was also an abuser to his wife and also a drunkard. When you're a young kid growing up, seeing your mother getting beat up, head smashed into a sink, things of that nature on a daily, nightly basis, it shapes who you're going to be in the future. You're seeing so much violence. At the same time, his dad was a good provider. The whole town loved him. He was beloved. But behind closed doors, he was a drunkard and an abuser. Later on in life, when he was playing high school football, Aaron was trying to model his dad and his older brother. They all played football. They was all very good at football. Soon after, his brother went off to college, to UConn, and Aaron was still in high school. And soon after, his dad went in for a regular surgery for a hernia and came out of the surgery deceased. He died. It was sudden. It shocked the whole community. When they had the funeral and the wake, there was a line going around the church. One lady said she waited in line to see the man to say her goodbyes. It was a 2.5-hour wait outdoors in the freezing cold in winter. When you lose a man of that stature, when you're a young man, you lose a big part of your identity. His brother was off to college. His mother, that's a different story, she had a different agenda after her husband was deceased. Aaron was lost, so he would go spend time over his cousin's house. His older cousin, she was a female. He had more freedom over there. He can go over there and smoke a little marijuana, hang out. She had friends that was in and out of prison, so he got exposed to the gang life, guns, and things of that nature. And he had nobody to steer him correctly once his father passed. Again, his father was a big influence in his life. So that's when, around the age of 16, Aaron started going off on the deep end. His girlfriend had a sister. This is the weird thing about this story. The two sisters, one was dating Aaron Hernandez, the other sister was dating Olin Lloyd, the one that was killed by Aaron Hernandez later on down the road. And the dynamic of that, when that situation took place, the sister that was with Aaron sided with Aaron, not her own family. It was a dynamic I couldn't believe. You go into court, you got two sisters from the same family sitting on opposite sides of the court, one supporting the killer, the one supporting the one that got killed. Crazy dynamic, you know. The biggest thing that came out of the story for me in high school, Aaron Hernandez realized he was gay. And when you're keeping a secret like that from your father and mother, it tears you apart, especially when you're big and strong, handsome, and playing football. He was the star tight end. The quarterback and him had a relationship for years while they were playing football behind closed doors. And both of these kids had alpha male fathers. The quarterback's father was a security guard. He just came back from being in the military. I mean, alpha male, rough. You gotta keep that hidden. So, man, this story just gets deeper and deeper. And that was crazy. That's a secret I can't imagine trying to keep to yourself, having a relationship with a teammate through all those years of football. And this is a small town. These high school kids were stars, man. They was beloved. Could have had any girl they wanted. And sometimes in that situation, you get a girlfriend and have a baby just to keep your secret hidden. Later on, he goes to college. He wanted to go to UConn like his brother, but when he was a senior, he already made up his mind what he wanted to do. He was off on a different path. Ended up going to Florida, home of the Gators, playing with Tebow. Had a tremendous freshman year as a tight end, and they were doing really well, but the Florida life compared to Connecticut is totally different. Hanging out with people, going to bars, and he would run up tabs that wouldn't want to pay. The manager comes and, hey man, you gonna pay this receipt? What's up? Socked the dude in his ear, blindsided him, busted his eardrum. Dude was getting excessively violent, and he realized, I didn't go to jail for that. I didn't get in trouble because I'm a college star football player. He started thinking, now I can't be touched. Went off the deep end. Went to a club. Later on, somebody accidentally spilled a drink on him. He couldn't let it go. After the club was let out, he pulled up next to him in his SUV and released fire on these fools and shot them up. Killed them both. Got away with it. 5 months later, he was drafted by the New England Patriots with a contract of $40 million. Bought a mansion for him and his high school sweetheart. It was a dream come true for him, but remember the cousin and remember the mother. The mother, 2 months after her husband passed away, she started dating the cousin's husband, the same cousin that Hernandez was hanging out with Aaron, her niece. Well, her niece was dying of breast cancer. It's a messy story. So 2 months after her husband had passed, she started dating her own niece's man. Moved him into the house. Imagine being 16, waking up. Months ago, your dad was in the bedroom with your mom. Now some dude who's married to your cousin is over your house telling you what to do. Crazy. But that cousin, she was loyal to Aaron. They were like the Mexican mafia that kept secrets. So after Aaron committed that murder, those two gentlemen, she hid the SUV in her garage. A year goes by. They had suspects but wasn't sure. They find the SUV in her house when they're investigating the other murder that Aaron committed of Olden Lloyd. So now he's already on trial. Now he's on trial some more with 2 other murders from a year previous. They come and arrest his ass at his house. You seen it all on camera on the news. They put the t-shirt over him, the arms behind his back. Court went on forever. In jail. More things were coming out. The dude had a crazy life story. And unfortunately, in the end, we all know he committed suicide. It just goes to show you how important having a father is in your life. I know fathers aren't always perfect. Sometimes alcohol plays a part and abuse is never understood in a home like that. But when his dad died, the little boy died. And when you hang around the wrong influence, even though if you're family related or not, it can lead to destruction. And he looked up to his cousin like a mother figure. They were closer, but she was a bad influence. Bad association spoils youth for habits. It's in the Bible. And that young man was never going to be the same. And you see pictures of him. He had a captivating smile. He was gentle. They said he was loving, always trying to help people. But something simple, when he was at his father's wake, one of the friends looked at him and said, something's not right with Aaron. He stood there emotionless. So she figured when his dad died, Aaron started to change at that point. No longer wanted to stay home, no big brother to look after him. Mother brought another man into the house. So him and his mother had a big fallout. He blames his mother for everything. They recorded conversations of him in prison talking back and forth to his woman. And then also his mother, he hated her. Called her all kind of obscenities. Cussed her out. You're the reason why I'm in here. It was a sad situation. But if you have Netflix, please give it a watch. It's an amazing, unfortunate circumstance of a story, but one that's up there with the O.J. Simpson trial and murder of Nicole Simpson. Aaron Hernandez, story that would never be forgotten. Like always, like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends. As always, please leave your comments down low. And that's my point of view.
Hello. Now, I hope you really enjoyed this video. Without you, there's no me. And do us a favor, stop by the website at www.blacktastic.net and pick up some merchandise. Get yourself a hat or pick up a t-shirt. It's things like that that help keep the channel going. And also, feel free to leave a donation on the home page at www.blacktastic.net. Thank you all so much. Again, you make this so much fun. Without you, there's no me. Until next time, see you later.